Hey, this is Red Rel, and I've got kind of this interesting thing here today. I decided to kind of put this at the front of the line in terms of video uploads and stuff like that, even though I've got a bunch of stuff backed up, because it's actually quite an interesting little piece. This is a 25-year-old Spider-Man action figure that is still in its box. Well, mostly, because there's some glue has kind of disappeared here, but it is still in its box. It's never been opened, and I saw it, and it was not expensive, and I'm like, I had to have it. It's from Toybiz, which hasn't done, I don't think they've done Marvel since like the mid 2000s, maybe 2004, 2005, I would guess. So obviously I wanted to grab it. Saw it in a shop. I'm like, had to have it. See, just take a look at the box art here. It's actually from the new animated series. That's how old it is. When was the last time Spider-Man had a new animated series? It's been quite a while. Everything's been movies or TV shows. And we take a look here. We can take a look at collect all these Spider-Man figures. Well, all of these are quite old. This comes with the parachute. Floats down in a parachute. You can see here when it was imported into Korea was 1996. You can see it is here as well. Here in 1996. So we've got, it's 25, just under 25 years old. This thing is not far away from how old I am. I'm 27. This thing is 25. So few years older than me. About 3 years older, actually. But 3 years younger than me. What am I saying? Anyway, let's get to unboxing. Again, this is actually going to be pretty easy because it seems like I don't think anyone could get into it like that. But just over time, this glue has absolutely dissolved. You can see it's basically made no mark top. So let's... Oh, that was easy. Very, very easy. That's interesting. It's a bonus collector pin, but... Oh, maybe that's what they're talking about here. So let's take a look at that first then. Oh. That is a... I don't know if that's a stand or a pin or what. I would take that as like a stand. You can just... But it does feel like it would make a pin for children. As well as a stand, actually. Then we've got the one accessory. If this actually still unfurls. It does. Because stuff like this that's very... like this kind of a very thin plastic oftentimes dissolves. Now, I'm not going to open up much more than that. Because we can see basically what it is. And frankly, this is going to be a real mess to fold back together. Well, it's actually becoming easier because it's been stuck this way for 20 years. Now onto the main event. Now, again, this all came out so easily. Wow, new stuff's always like vacuum packed, sealed in there. That's just kind of sitting in there. Oh, wow. That is oily. I didn't expect the action figure to be oily. You can kind of see a little bit if you look closely. You can kind of see some oil here along the sides. Almost like it's been like deteriorating. Some sort of like film onto it. So I think one thing I've got to do is trying to see if I can find a I'm going to take a piece of fabric, just real quick, and try to remove this oily film on it, so I can actually handle it without it like slipping out of my hands or something. It's primarily around the legs here that it's just so like there's just an oil film or something. Ooh, that's rough. Okay, that's a little bit better, though you can still see a significant amount of gleam on here. So, but let's take a look at the figure itself. Again, this is not going to be fancy in terms of articulation, of course, but we've got arm articulation. Almost just... Now, we can visibly see a joint in there, though, too. I believe that's a metal joint. Yeah, we can see it back here, I guess. Back here, it goes up 90 degrees. Though that does not go 90 degrees at all. About it. Doesn't come full back down. 90 degrees here. Although we can do it like that. But the arm doesn't swivel, of course. This really goes to show the actual amount of progress we've made in 25 years in action figures. Because this was what was being sold back then. I mean, some things of this quality are still being sold, but usually we aren't paying premium prices like, you know, we are today. So again, very simple articulation in the knees. No foot articulation, of course. And we get head. No up, down, just 365 degrees. Now, I'm not going to try to remove the head because there's no point. So it's pretty cool. Honestly, I don't know why I bought it. I don't know. But actually, it's actually really cool to have something that is probably, you know, one of the older... I don't know how, you know, when they started, Toybiz started making Spider-Man action figures. But it's really cool to see how far we've come. Now, this is supposed to be... I don't necessarily know if this is a 6-inch scale. I doubt it, because this is more like maybe 5 inches, 4.5, I would guess. Somewhere in between, like, the normal Star Wars 3.25-inch lines that they have and the Marvel 6-inch line. It's somewhere in between there. But actually, I find it quite fascinating, and it's a little piece of action figure history that we don't really get to see as often anymore. You know, people don't want to talk about this really old stuff like they do. Does it stand? It does, sort of. Pretty cool. Anyway, I wanted to make a quick video kind of showcasing this and talking about this a little bit because I thought this was a really cool find. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like the video, you can like and subscribe. And, you know, I do all sorts of this sort of nerdy, geeky things. And, yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.